Hi guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I made my miniature TV, and I just took this image off of the internet. You'll have to get your own image for it. I just took it off of there and then I printed it. Alright, this is a kit that you can get off of my Etsy shop, Crafts For You by Laurie, or you can go to my website under Dollhouse Tutorials and you can download, or just click on the link and it'll take you to the site. Okay, so first thing you want to do is you want to take your side pieces, and you have two square pieces that are for the sides. So you want to go ahead and put that on there and glue that in place there and make sure that you've got it even. I'm going to use my square tool to make sure I've got it lined up. I need to add a little bit more glue on there because it's just not quite enough in there. And I'm using crazy glue. I would suggest, if you've never done a kit by me before, to go ahead and use some wood glue or some tacky glue to hold it in place. But I'm just holding the square there to just make sure that it's lined up. Alright, now that I've got that done, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on this one the same way. And again, I'm just using the crazy glue because it's quick for the video. Squaring it up. These helper tools can be bought on my Etsy shop as well if you don't have them. Alright, now I want to go ahead and put a little bit of glue across the bottom. Now, that is just to stabilize it for right now. Once you've done that, then you want to go ahead and put this in here and stabilize it the rest of the way. Okay, now I'm going to take this and I'm going to push it all the way down. And then I'm going to use that piece that we just kind of tacked on there a little bit to hold that in place. Now you can keep that on the bottom if you like, but I'm not going to keep it on the bottom. I just wanted it there to help me stabilize that. I'm going to hold that in place there just a little bit because it wasn't quite in line while that dries. Now I'm going to go ahead and put some crazy glue right along the top of here. And then there's this top mantle piece that goes across the top of the TV like this. If you want to paint that, you can, but it's not necessary. You want to go ahead and take this, if I can get my fingers on it, and you want to line it up and make it sort of overhang as best that you can evenly. Make sure the back is flat. At this point, while that's drying, you can just sand off if any of the wood came off from your little spot. Or if you don't want to use that, you don't have to. I did it with just a little bit just because I wanted to make sure that I had it squared up. Now, you'll see it overhangs quite a bit, and this one does not. Now, the reason for that is because this kit, you have the option of 3 TV screens. You can pick one. You're the one that's the old one where it was the 2 down here with the little speaker thing in the middle, and then the one on the side, and then the bigger one with the bigger speaker over here. So I'm not going to glue them all on, but here you have that would look like that, and you would glue that on. And then that would be your option. Now, what you need to do is you need to take your screen. Now, I just went ahead and printed out this little I Love Lucy sticker here. Well, I printed it on a label, actually, which ended up making it a sticker. And this one got a little wrinkled, so it is what it is. Actually, I'm going to do it from the top side. That way you can see what I'm doing. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put my little sticker. And if you don't have a sticker, then you can just print it out and then just glue it on with some Mod Podge. My first TV that I did, I actually did with just Mod Podge. Once that's glued on like that, then you can take your knife and cut it off with the excess. If it didn't all cut off, that's okay. Just go back with the edge and kind of like you're peeling an apple or something and go along the edge of it. Now I'm just taking this on a flat surface and I'm just pressing that down to get that to curl under a little bit. At this point, you want to paint your frame, whatever color you're going to paint it. If you're going to paint it black, then paint it black. If you're going to paint it gold, then paint it gold. I'm going to use a Sharpie because it's going to dry really quickly. And that's how I'm going to paint that frame. And then I'll glue that in place. So when you're gluing it in place, remember you're going to slide this down right over top of this. So you want your glue to be just very lightly across there. Not a lot of it. And if you have too much, just dab it off before you start gluing it because you don't want it to get on your picture. And then you just want to kind of hold it in place to have that glue set up. So like I noticed there's like a little bit right there on that end that I missed. So I'm going to just take that and do that with it. Now, don't worry about it sticking to this frame too much because when we get to this step, you're going to be gluing it to the back of this. And then that's what that would look like. Now, before we get to that step, you have handles that come with the kit. And again, you can sit there and use a Sharpie. If you want your knob handles to be skinnier, you can make them skinnier by splitting them with the knife. If you don't want them as thick. And I'll show you what I mean. So like on this one, if you compare this to this, there is a difference in the height because I split it. I can't hold this little thing. But can you see the difference in how much taller that is? And what I did to do that is I just took my knife and I held it away from me so I didn't cut myself. And I just literally did that. And it split it right down the middle. Then I did the same thing again, like that. Then I took the little piece that I cut and I just kind of went like this to get those burrs off, and that's it. These are best to be put on with like tweezers if you don't have any things, and you can actually use pliers as well. So for me to do this, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of crazy glue on a scrap that, you know, I had left over, and I'm just going to go ahead and put it right there on that. Let me just make sure that, yeah, that fits. Okay. And then I'm going to take this with the pliers that I have, because I don't have my tweezers up here. And I'm going to turn it around and just dab it in there. And then just put it right on the knob. One of these are already painted out. There it is. And then you can go over them with like a gold or silver or whatever else you want, just to kind of highlight that as a definite, you know, to define it a little bit. So like if you just want to hit the edge, or if you want to do the whole thing, you can. And then that kind of gives it a little bit of definition. And then what you would do is you would take these knobs and you would do the same thing and glue them where the circles are. And you can turn them, twist them, have them whatever way you want. And they would fit on whichever TV screen you decided. You would just pick which one you wanted, and then that would be the one that you would order. And then that's it. Next step would be to just glue in the picture and you're all done. Hopefully you like this tutorial. And oh, wait a minute, no, we're not done. I almost forgot. We didn't do the back. The back is optional. If you don't want to put it on, you don't have to. because what happens is with that back piece is you can't put your TV all the way against the wall. But if you want to glue it on, then you need to glue it together. Now try and turn it. See how that is? And it's not a perfect fit, so you want to go ahead and use some wood putty to fill it in. You want to go ahead and put this right to the edge and all the way at the bottom edge, and the top will have a gap. Okay, now you want to go ahead and put that in there. Then line that up. Now, what I did is I sanded it. You can sand it as well, but this box knife doesn't want to move. Okay. But once it's dry, you can also save yourself from sanding it a little bit just by shaving off some of that and then sanding the rest of it. Because you're working with flat ends, so it's not going to be completely rounded. You're going to have to sand that. But to save the time, and don't cut yourself in the process, you definitely can cut some of that off of there. Then just go over the sandpaper, just like that, to round out what you've already done. Continue to sand like that until it's flat. Okay, so once you have it all sanded, you can go ahead and paint it. And then I'm going to take this off of here since I didn't glue that on there yet. But you want to turn your TV over on the back and make sure you have it on the back. And you want to go ahead and put some glue right along this edge to get it attached. And because I don't want that glue to come out on to the other thing, I'm just going to kind of do that and then put it on there. And I'm just eyeballing it. But there's the back of the TV. This one I sanded a little bit more than I did this one, but you get the idea. Alright, so then you're going to glue the face on here, which I'm not going to do because I want to be able to show you the different ones, but you want to glue the face on here and make sure it's even with both sides. Glue your knobs where you want them to go in whichever angle, right, left, straight up and down, side to side, whatever. And then you want to put that in there just like that. And then that's going to give you your TV. If you want to paint underneath of there, where I did that one at gold, you can do that. And I try to do them both a little bit different, but you can do it. You just need to do it before you glue the face on. But that's what that would look like. Now I'm just going to lift that off of there and show you the other options. And there would be that one. And one more. All right, I'm going to put this kit on my Etsy shop, and you will have the 3 different options of the screens to decide from on which one you want to buy. And then when you do it, then you can put it together like I did. And again, that bottom brace, you don't have to do that if you don't want to. It just kind of helps you hold it together, so don't put a lot of glue on it when you do it, otherwise you won't get it off. Alright, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Leave a question, suggestion, or comment below. And if you want to do the mantle with it, that's pretty simple. There's already a tutorial on it. You just use a paint marker to do that, and then I'll show you that real quick before I let you go, rather than putting that in the second video. You just kind of put those 2 pieces together, butt them up like that, put a little bit of glue there, turn your clock where you're going to want it to go, and there you have your mantle. And then it can go on top of the TV. And if you want to do the rabbit ears, that's also an option. You just kind of put that there. Glue the front to the rabbit ears, which is just a little teeny tiny shape. And then glue the back to that. You can put some little foil on there, paint it silver, do whatever. And then you can put your little knob on there. Find one that's already painted. I lose things in this desk. Let's see. That one's actually not painted, but it's skinnier, so I'm going to use that, and I'll just paint it when I'm done. That is not where I had the crazy glue. So then you just put that right there. And you can put it whatever way you want it to go. Just make sure it's above the bottom, otherwise it's not gonna let you sit it flat. And then that can sit on top of your TV. With the clock. Of course, it's hard to hold it on an angle and show it to you. So here, let's turn it this way. There you go. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And don't forget, leave a question, suggestion, or comment below.